Voosch and Helina, written by Kourieh. Fade in. Interior, Great Reef, cage, day. 3 humans are trapped in a large underwater cage made out of bleached white coral. 2 of them, both adult men, are at the edge of the cage, shouting angrily and banging on the coral bars. They have breathing apparatuses jammed roughly into their necks, keeping them alive. A small, yellow-haired human child, Helina, is huddled in the corner of the cage, watching this commotion nervously, her own breather sticking awkwardly out of her thin neck. Outside the cage, 2 octopoid soldiers with octopus bodies covered in light armor and human-like faces, carrying large halberds made of bone, look in and observe the men. One octopoid, Gaard, is scowling with disgust, while the other younger one, Voosch, looking timid, uncertain, plaintive.
Just let us go, you slimy bastards. This is wrong.
You can't just murder us for what our ancestors did. The world won't stand for this.
Protest all you want, filth, but your assault on our oceans will be paid for at last.
We have paid. Look at us. We've fallen from the dominant species to a pawn in your stupid war.
Gaard sneers and sticks his halberd into the cage, swiftly bashing Human 1 in the face.
Listen, it wasn't an assault. It was an accident. Our ancestors were foolish, not evil.
Gaard angrily sends his tentacles through the bars and wraps them around Human 2. He smirks as he pulls the man and bashes him into the bars violently, until blood clouds around them. Voosch watches nervously. He makes eye contact with the timid Helina, but looks away quickly.
Gaard, come on.
You're right, Voosch. Enough games. The council meeting is starting soon. Here, let me show you how the machine works. These 2 are quite ready.
Interior, Great Reef, cage, day. The 2 octopoids hold the 2 men near the door of a large metal chamber door at one end of the cage, which leads to a large machine. Out of the machine extends many pipes and tubes. There's a yellow plastic button next to the door.
It's simple. Put in the filth.
Gaard roughly throws one man into the chamber. Voosch tries to remain stoic as he pushes the other pleading man.
Please, just let us go.
Gaard slams the chamber down on them.
Then push the harvest button.
He slaps the yellow button. Loud grinding, churning, and hissing noises groan out of the machine.
And wait for...
He motions towards the tubes and pipes beneath the machine. Blood pumps sluggishly through some thin tubes, coming from the sides. The pipes underneath spit out some items into some large bins. 2 halberds made of bone, cloth made of skin, and a length of grayish-brown rope from hair.
The products. That's it. Congratulations, Voosch. You're officially an agent of justice. Now I'm off to the council. Keep an eye on the filthling. They're sneaky.
Gaard swims off. Voosch watches him go, and then looks at Helina, nervously. There's an awkward silence as she looks up at him.
I like your sleeves.
Voosch is taken aback and looks at his 4 front tentacles, decorated with yellow stripes of cloth across his gray armor.
Thanks. It was my mother's favorite color. Helps me remember her. Hey, it matches your hair.
Yeah, where I grew up there was flowers like that color. Whole fields of them in some places.
Wow.
Interior, Great Reef, Council Chamber, day. In a grand hall constructed of bleached white coral, a group of 12 octopoids, all stately and proud-looking like military leaders, sit around an ornately decorated boulder. They are having a heated debate, led by the leader, Zans.
The fact is, our treatment of the captured humans is not helping us in this war effort. We've alienated our allies and emboldened our enemies. The latest recon shows the canines amassing forces along the coast, preparing for an invasion. It seems we've underestimated how deep their bonds go. They want their old friends back. If those 4 legs storm the reef, the Repto-Avian alliance won't be far behind. Our shaky truce with the dolphinoids will surely fail, and we will be doomed.
So what do you propose we do, Zans? Just release these monsters, these poisoners of our world? After the crimes they've committed against us, look around you. They must pay.
We understand your frustration, Gaard. But that was a long time ago. The council has grown to realize.
The council has grown weak.
There's an uncomfortable silence with some whispers.
We put it to a vote then. All council members in favor of suspending the human harvest immediately raise a tentacle.
All the members raise a tentacle up timidly, except for Gaard, who looks around at the others, shaking with fury. He leaves the council and swims off. Interior, Great Reef, cage, day. Voosch and Helina are chatting amicably. He plays with her yellow hair, entranced by it.
I've always loved exotic colors. They say the Great Reef was amazing back in the day. All kinds of colors, hundreds of them. Some I'll never get to see. I'm just rambling, sorry.
No, I'm sorry for us, for what we did. It was our fault that you lost your colors, wasn't it?
He looks at her sadly, unsure what to do. She didn't do anything to them. She's just a child. She looks at the chamber door.
I guess you'll put me in there soon. I promise I won't put up a fight. Just thank you for being nice to me. I enjoyed talking to you.
Well, no. You're not ready. We'll keep you here till you're more grown.
Oh.
He looks at her and is overcome by guilt.
But, well, who knows? Maybe the council will...
Suddenly, Gaard rushes towards the cage and comes barreling towards them, fuming. Voosch looks at him in shock, turning his back to Helina protectively.
Gaard? Is everything all right?
No, Voosch, not at all. There's corruption running deeply through this reef. I cannot abide by this, my friend. We must purge it out.
What did the council...
That doesn't matter. Hurry, Voosch. There's not much time. We have to destroy the scum quickly, before the word gets out in the rest of the reef. We'll start with this little filthling here.
He pushes Voosch aside and grabs Helina by her yellow hair. He drags her to the machine. She writhes and screams in terror.
No, Gaard, wait!
Gaard slams the chamber door and pounds on the yellow button. The familiar sound comes out of the machine, along with blood, a small misshapen bone halberd, a small cloth, and a tiny yellow piece of rope.
Quickly, to the other cages.
He rushes off. Voosch slowly approaches the item bin and picks up the little yellow rope. He stares at it. He looks as though he may cry, but there are no tears underwater. Fade out.